remiss if I didn't tell you all that I've got probably a dozen cards in here asking Superintendent Jackson to come speak in our school system. There's a lot of them.
I'll be happy to work. I know Malcolm very well. I'll be glad to work. Do anything. We'll share anything we have. We are not stingy.
Question. A lot of these issues that we're talking about are social, as to why children end up in trouble and in the courts. First part of this question, how can we sufficiently address the social issues to keep the kids out of the system? And second, as a follow-up, how much involvement can the public have into private matters? I thought perhaps Mrs. McDaniel might want to weigh in on that. Social issues, any, can you talk at all about if we are able to, as a court system or as a school system or as a society, address the social issues, and do we even have the right to do that?
Yeah, I'll just jump off the bridge here real quickly. What strikes me in that question is the kind of, I guess, the answer one might expect from that question would be something like, you know, parents need to be more accountable, blah, 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 blah. But why don't we hold people at the top accountable? There are so many things that our children have to deal with today that we never had to deal with before. Why don't we look at movies and television and media and things like that? It's just appalling, the kind of things that we have become a society that it's very, very hard to negotiate your way if you're a child in this society. And it's virtually impossible, despite how helicopter-ish, if you will, of a parent you are, to protect your child from all of the things out there. Much less, we've got parents that are working so hard to just pay the frickin' rent. They don't have time to watch everything that comes before their children. I think one thing that I wanted to throw out there, and probably everybody in this room already knows it, but when you have they have correlated, and I think it's a World Health Organization study that did it, in countries where there is the greatest income disparity, it correlates directly to the greatest amount of distrust. Well, if you look at Pensacola, I mean, I'm not from here, and I love it here, don't get me wrong. I'm from weird places like San Francisco, New York City, Atlanta. Yeah, but there is I have never seen such income inequality in any place that I've lived. So how do you expect children and parents to negotiate, much less get an education? I understand why little kids are mad. I get it. You know, I totally get it. So when we're talking about kids acting out and kids having problems, I mean, let's face it, these kids are acting appropriately. They're responding appropriately to the world in which we have given them, or we're giving them. So I think social problems should probably be directed at the top. You know, who brings the jobs to town? Who's responsible for bringing the jobs to town? That type of thing. As opposed to looking at a mama in the house who may be trying to do it all by herself and maybe doing the best she can. I just think we're looking at the wrong type of social problems.
I've been blaming the schools because teachers and educators get a lot of blame, and we're expected to, you know, heal all children. And as the superintendent said, that's 37 hours a week. There's a lot more hours that the children are in the community, and we can only do so much.
I really appreciated your comment, though, Ms. McDaniel. I think community involvement as well. We have a couple of organizations. We're so fortunate. I mean, these folks have put their money where their mouth is. They stepped out. They provide places after school for our children to go. State of the art. These are two churches, two big churches in our Fort Walton Beach area. They provide tutors for those children. They provide food for those children. Those kids have a safe place to go in the afternoon, and they have folks there who are looking after them. And I want to go back to something the chief said a few minutes ago when he was talking about the success of children. I've learned over the years, nothing breeds success like success. You ever give a child something that they are successful, they like that feeling. They're like every other human being sitting in here. They want to feel it again. You have to hook them. You have to let them be successful, and you hook them. And once you hook them, you have a much greater opportunity to help those children. So I appreciated that comment that you made earlier.
Question for Chief